KTN News. Get the whole story. Transform Kenya. Empower our nation.
Well, a very good evening to you. Welcome to this wonderful evening session. I know what is happening this evenings. It is just the third month of the year, and we're making sure that you're properly set with proper conversation that are impactful. And today, it is the National Youth Forum on the role of the youth in shaping food systems. That is our discussion today, even as we lead up to the launch of the Global Hunger Index 2023. That will be our conversation today. How can we involve young people in matters food systems? It is very imperative that if we talk about food security, majority of this country, which is comprised of young people, should be involved in that conversation. But have we done enough? No, there's still a lot of gaps that we need to fill, and that's why we're having this wonderful session. A very good evening to you. Once again, thank you very much for making time. We are at the University of Nairobi. If I miss the, then it becomes very perishable, but this wonderful audience is here. Can you just appreciate yourself for making time to be here? Yeah, we are here, and we're about to have this discussion, and you're asking yourself, what are these wonderful young men and women behind me, looking very sharp, police-like, ready to deliver, doing here? We are talking about youth. And one of the passions about being youthful is being able to move with the rhythms. So when we talk about the rhythm of food security, are we involving youth in that rhythm? When you talk about the issue of food systems, are the youth in rhythm? That's why, without wasting much time, in the next few minutes, I'd like to introduce the University of Nairobi Traveling Theatre with a wonderful performance, Dance Move. Can you appreciate them? The floor is yours. Hey. Now I'm feeling some pain. You know, now that's the advantage of being a youth. Wasn't that an amazing, amazing performance? Let us appreciate them once more. Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Nairobi Traveling Theatre, and you can see a lot of movement. They've been doing a lot of traveling. But at this particular moment, without wasting much time, I see we are 39 past 7, so that will be 21 to 8. And we're about to begin our formal program by introducing our keynote addresses, which is very critical. First of all, since we are at the University of Nairobi, it's imperative that we are welcomed by our host. You can't come into an African home and just start serving yourself. The host has to welcome you and tell you you are safe. We have enough food security at this particular campus, so feel safe and feel good. So without wasting much time, I'd like you, ladies and gentlemen, to put your hands together and help me welcome the one and only Professor, even as the stage comes, yeah? I like this. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You're doing an amazing job. Don't you guys appreciate the green color? It was very intentional, right? Thank you very much. Just come here. Just come here. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. One of the measures of global hunger index is the amount of energy that we are able to process. As you can see, these young men, they're very energetic, and they've been able to carry this 200-kilo podium. Is that okay? Thank you very much. Now our keynote addresses, if you're worried, you've got you covered in case you have something to place and you want to hold, maybe to ease tension. You know, some people hold. You see those pastors who do like this? Yeah? And you guys will do way better. So, in this conversation, representing the University of Nairobi, to welcome us in this premises and also set the foundation on what we are expected, especially being an institution of young people, youthful people. I'd like you to put your hands together and help me welcome the Vice Chancellor of the University of Nairobi, Professor Stephen Kiama. Please appreciate. Put your hands together. His representative. Come on, let us appreciate this gentleman till he arrives. Thank you, sir. Look amazing. Let me hand you over the mic, yeah? Because you're special, you know? This is an anointed mic. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
And of course, I'm not the Vice Chancellor, Professor Kiama, Bitai. You must all be knowing him. My name is John Eorindi, Director of Corporate Affairs at the University of Nairobi. I will be representing the Vice Chancellor today. They had some business, strategic business outside. They couldn't make it on time to attend this. But we want to take this opportunity to welcome all of you to this important dialogue. Let me start by doing the protocols. Mr. Kubok, Leonard, representing the PA State Department for Agriculture. Mr. Christian Sniapa, I hope I got it well, County Director for World Without Hunger. Wairimu Wahome, County Director for World Concern. Mr. Raymond Ouma, Secretary, Youth Affairs from the State Department for Youth Affairs. Our panelists of today, Mr. Robert Mbeche from JKUAT, Mr. Jackson Mekenye from Livelihoods Coordinator, Lucy Wangare, founder and lead consultant of Onion Doctors Limited, Dr. Hamisi William, Deputy County Representative, United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, young people here, Standard Media Group, the theater. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to the University of Nairobi, It is my pleasure to welcome all of you to today's National Youth Dialogue, brought to you by a partnership between the University of Nairobi, Standard Media, and our other partners. Today's forum presents a unique opportunity to bridge the gap between generations, fostering collaboration, and empowering young minds to become active agents of positive change, especially in this critical area of food security. We are confident that the discussions that are going to be held here will spark meaningful dialogue, leading to innovative solutions, and also foster a brighter future for Kenya. The University of Nairobi recognizes the importance of the youth in national development. Indeed, in this country, we have what we call, in our continent, and also in this country, we have a youth belt. And as a university, the youth belt, we take it as a resource, as a blessing. And I've heard our politician yesterday, the politician number one, telling us as Kenyans, we should not look at the youth as a challenge. We should look and treat our youth as a critical resource for development. The University of Nairobi shares the same views. As a leading institution in Africa that wants to impact on society, we offer a wide range of academic programs and research activities that contribute to national development in the 21st century. We have around 40,000 young people who are eager to contribute to the nation's progress through different skills that we have equipped them with. We are renowned for our commitment to excellence and innovation. The university has been at the forefront of driving transformative projects at addressing key challenges in agriculture, technology, and sustainable development, while also nurturing the youth to become leaders in different fields. I'm particularly proud to highlight a recent partnership between the University of Nairobi and Elgon Kenya, an industry partner and a leading agricultural company. This collaboration has led to the establishment of the Kantaria Agricultural Technology and Innovation Center, KATIC, at our Upper Kabete campus, where also our special economic zone is. This state-of-the-art facility signifies our commitment to fostering innovations, equipping students with practical skills, and bridging the gap between the academia and industry. KATIC serves as a testament to our dedication to empowering young people to become active agents of positive change in the agricultural sector. Beyond KATIC, we are also engaged in promoting climate-smart agriculture practices, with a strong focus on involving the youth. Recognizing the need to address climate change and its impacts on food system, the university's research and outreach efforts focuses on developing resilient farming methods that mitigate greenhouse emissions and enhance agricultural productivity. By championing climate-smart agriculture and involving the youth in these efforts, the university plays a key role in building resilience and ensuring the sustainability of food production system, that preparing the youth to tackle the challenges of tomorrow. Lastly, the University of Nairobi's commitment to promoting food processing and value addition includes extensive training programs for the youth. Through the Department of Food Science, Nutrition, and Technology, the university conducts groundbreaking research and capacity building initiatives aimed at enhancing food processing capacities and improving food safety and nutrition. By providing hands-on training and mentorship opportunities, the university is empowering youth to become skilled food processors and technologists, thus creating a pipeline for talent that will drive innovations and excellence in food industry. As we work together to address these challenges facing our food systems in the country, let us draw the inspirations from the works that all of us are doing by different institutions in building the capacity of the youth for a more sustainable, equitable, and resilient food for future generations to come. Thank you and welcome to today's Youth Dialogue. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much, sir, for your address. We really appreciate. Asante sana. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. So far, we are doing very well. Remember, we are live on KTN News. We are live on Farmers TV. We are live on UON TV. And also we are live on YouTube across all these platforms. So far, the feedback that we are getting is that you guys look very good, you look awesome, and very much engaged in this discussion. Remember, this is a discussion on matters youth, and it is a National Youth Dialogue Forum on the role of youth in shaping food systems in the country. And to give the second key address, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and help me welcome Christian Schneiper, Kenya Country Director, Welthunger Hilfe.
Okay, thanks so much, Noah, for that wonderful introduction. Thanks a lot for the speeches that were already given and for the wonderful performance by the youth. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my big pleasure on behalf of Welthunger Hilfe to welcome you all to this wonderful event today and the wonderful discussion that we will witness in a moment in this youth dialogue that happens in the context of our Global Hunger Index launch that will also happen next week on Monday. I also would like to thank you, the audience, already for having that interest and dedicating your time to come here. And of course, also our panelists that will come later. Thanks so much for your expertise and also dedication to the topic and taking the time to come here and follow the discussion and guide them. And of course, also very much thank you to the University of Nairobi. Thanks so much for that wonderful cooperation that we had so far. It was really a pleasure to work with you in preparation of this event, and I love the room and I love the scene. It's really great. So I feel humbled, and this year's theme of the Global Hunger Index is the power of the youth in shaping the food systems around the world. And a simple glance at the statistics out there show already how relevant this topic is. We have about 1.2 billion people that are classified as youth all over the world. It has never been such a high number in the history of this planet. Here in Kenya, we talk about 80% that are below 35 years of age. We talk about a workforce that is about 40% being considered being youth. So you can see from those figures how important and relevant the discussion is that we have today. The youth bring in the passion, the motivation, the dedication into the economy, into the society. Contrary to some of us, they embrace innovation and even drive it instead of rejecting and fearing it maybe. They are, maybe some call them the leaders of tomorrow, but we also must recognize that they are already the change makers of today. And change is also what we need. The Global Hunger Index shows that we are stagnating in our progress in fighting hunger and fighting malnutrition. So there was hope in the period from 2000 to 2015. We made quite some progress also here in Kenya with significant improvements when it comes to food security and fighting malnutrition. But since then, since 2015, we face stagnation. And the reasons are manifold. People quoting, or the Hunger Index also quotes the climate change and the frequent droughts and also the flooding that we have here in the country quite a lot. Also the COVID-19 pandemic, of course, the war in Ukraine, the rising costs of living, shifting priorities of policymakers is also important to mention here, and the lack of resources that are generally getting more difficult in this world. So we need to break this trend of stagnation, and for Kenya it's even an upward trend that we see in the level of undernourished children in particular. And to break this trend, we need the youth. They are the ones in the end inheriting this food system the way it is right now, and we need to empower them to participate in changing it and participating in a meaningful way, meaning that the youth are able to make decisions and they have the foundation to make good decisions. And therefore also we need to invest in quality of education and make sure that this education is accessible to the youth. We need to make sure that youth can participate meaningfully in the agricultural sector, in the labor market in general, and also create an environment where startups and new ideas can grow and can be scaled, especially in businesses related to the food sector. In this also I would like to highlight the role of the women. On 8th of March, just on Friday, we have the International Women's Day, and also, of course, in the food system, the role of women and girls is a particular one. About 50% in some areas of this country, much more than that, of women are engaged in the agriculture, or the workforce is female that is engaged in agricultural sector. Nevertheless, they face a lot of discrimination and are finding a lot of barriers when it comes to ownership of equipment, decision-making on proceeds of the production, but also where to invest, access to markets, access to education, you name it. There are a lot of barriers and hurdles and obstacles out there. And also when you look at the other side of the food system, we talk a lot about production, but there's also the side of the consumption. And also here, the food consumption, the diversity of the food, the health of the family. It is the women that play a major role here. And we need to make sure that they get all the support that they need to make this role well. And also here we need the youth, because we need to break some stereotypes. And I call to all the male youth here in the room, but also maybe on TV, to really be that role model and question some of those stereotypes so that we empower the women out there and make it for the better of the society and in the end better outcomes when it comes to food security and nutrition. So as Welthungerhilfe, we have many projects around these topics. Yeah, so we have projects all over the country on sustainable farming, on creating access to skills development for the youth, on promoting what we call green businesses and green enterprises. Innovation is something that we would like to push. We're talking a lot about nutrition. We talk a lot about nutrition education, nutrition outreaches. That's our program. And also about the gender roles in the communities. It's a lot in our projects, and we celebrate successes. We are proud of what we are doing. We create impact out there, I can guarantee you. We have 3,000 employees worldwide and about 160 here in Kenya. Every day we work on that topic and fighting the hunger out there. And the impact is there, but we also are realistic about the scale of the challenge and that it can only be a joint effort of all stakeholders to achieve much more, and much more is needed. So we need a public sector that is committed and setting the priorities on this topic, allocating resources that are needed, and also sort out those governance issues that are hindering sometimes the implementation of the policies that are usually well designed. We need a private sector that brings in the solutions, the innovations, the capital, and the power to scale solutions. We need a civil society that makes sure that public is participating and the voices of the marginalized people are heard. So it can only be a joint effort. And also for that one, we need the youth, because the youth are the public servants of today, of the future. They are the private entrepreneurs of today and the future, and they are the civil society advocates that bring the change for the better food systems in Kenya and in the rest of the world. So with those few remarks, I would like to close my speech. Sorry, I'm getting already signals here, yeah. I'm taking too long eventually. Sorry for that. But I would like to emphasize it's really a pleasure, and also again, thanks to the panelists. I'm so happy to see all these representatives from the different sectors, from the public sector, the research institutions, the private sector, and the youth themselves, of course. My appeal to everyone, take the youth not as beneficiaries, but as leaders and partners in the fight against hunger. Yeah, and I wish you all that you take a bit of inspiration from this place for action that we can do in future together for more inclusive food systems all over the world. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Christian, for that wonderful address. And I think you've painted a good picture in regards to act on the 11th. of March 2024, where the Global Hunger Index 2023 report will be released, and you all want to be there. Now, we are about to take a short break. Madam Director, how many minutes do we have? Just remind me before we take this short break. But when we come back, during the break, I'll invite my panel up so that when we come back, we do the last key address. And thereafter, we go straight to our panel discussion. So at this particular moment, we're going to take a short break right here on Martyrs National Youth Dialogue. And this is the role of youth in shaping food systems, which is very critical. So we take this break right now. When you come back, remember, one more address, and then thereafter, a panel discussion on how we can involve the youth even more in this issue of food systems. So let's go for the break. We'll return with more.
Transform Kenya.